What's going on YouTube? Kevin here with the review for the Blue Snowball USB condenser microphone. Now I want to say that I did not get this for review from Blue Microphones. I actually got this as a gift from my parents. It cost us about $55 to $60, and if you compare that to the retail price, that's a pretty darn good price considering that it retails for $99.99. So about 40 to 45% discount is not bad at all considering how good the quality audio sounds out of this. Now, just to clear up some things, I'm not using the Snowball right now to record this review video right now. I want to do that so you guys can get a comparison of what it sounds like to a built-in microphone. Mainly the reason why people buy external microphones is so that they're better. Their audio sounds a lot better than the ones of the built-in microphones on their particular cameras. And so right now I'm shooting with the Kodak ZI-8, which does have a decent microphone, but of course if you want some better quality audio, you will have to spend a little bit of money, and the Blue Snowball USB condenser microphone is where I decided to spend mine. So just to give you a little bit of information about the company, Blue Microphones has been producing professional grade studio audio recording equipment for I'm not sure how long, but they are a pretty reputable company. If you go up to any audiophile or anyone that does a lot of YouTube reviews, they will probably have definitely heard of Blue Microphones. They might even own the Snowball, the Yeti Pro, or some of their other microphones like the Blueberry or the Dragon, or I think it's not the Dragon, I don't remember what it is, the Bluebird. So the microphones like that, they're pretty well known in the microphone world. They are a growing company, and they have taken all their knowledge of how to produce really good sounding audio and how to take all that recording equipment and shove it into a package that looks like, of course, a Snowball. Now, the thing about this is that it's USB, and that's cool because a lot of the other microphones are for studios, so they might use an XLR connection. But this uses USB, so it is a plug-and-play mic. Just plug it into your Mac or PC, and you are up and running. No drivers needed to be installed. So the other thing that's famous about this microphone is that it's a condenser microphone. And if you guys don't know, there are two main types of microphones primarily in the microphone world. You have your dynamic microphones and you have your condenser microphones, such as the Snowball right here. Condenser microphones are kind of famous for the fact that they're used for things that capture your voice. Maybe if you're podcasting, or if you're doing video reviews, kind of like I am, or if you, I guess, sing. It works with singing as well. Anything that records your voice and vocals is pretty well off for recording that. The Snowball also has 3 different polar patterns that you can switch between in case you want to do something a little bit different, but for the main part, condenser microphones give you a nice clear sound, and quoted from Blue's website, smooth open sound as well. So that's just a little bit of background information. Now we will go deeper into what makes the Blue Snowball USB condenser microphone such a good purchase. So the Snowball has a lot of features that I particularly like that I think make this a really great microphone, and of course one of them includes the fact that it's a condenser microphone. Like I mentioned before, condenser microphones generally sound better, especially depending on what you use them for. I normally use this for my reviews and my videos when I need to record my voice or maybe a voiceover. I use it when I Skype with my friends, when I do audio conferencing with some of them, or just when I feel like or I need to record something like a guitar. You can also record with this microphone, and of course the quality of that sounds better than what a normal camera's microphone can handle or can record with. And like the built-in microphone that you're hearing right now, which is built into my Kodak ZI-8, it does do a pretty good job at capturing the audio. But again, if you want something clear, again, if you're someone that uses audio and records it heavily or uses it a lot, then the Snowball might be something you might want to consider, considering that it records in a much higher quality, considering that's a condenser microphone. Also, that it's coming from Blue, which already has a pretty good line of microphones, and they know what they're doing with this, so you're pretty much guaranteed to get a good product. Also, there are absolutely no drivers needed for this, which is, I'm not sure why I put it as a good feature, but it's just really nice that it's a truly plug and play. So all you have to do is you take the 6-foot USB cable that comes packaged inside, plug it into your computer, watch the little red light light up, and then you are good to go. Another good thing is that it has different polar patterns. And if you guys don't know, polar patterns are basically kind of like the areas in which they record around the microphone. Now, seeing that this is a ball, the Snowball, it can record in several different directions. It has 3 main polar patterns, and that's actually what this switch on the back is for. If I can zoom in on this or focus on this real quickly. There we go. You have 1, 2, and 3. One is cardioid, which is what you use normally for vocals, podcasting, just normal talking. Number two is what you would use is cardioid as well. And what you use this for, you use this mainly for instruments. What this does, the setting is called like cardioid minus 10 decibels pad, I believe it's, or something like that. But what it basically does is it tones down the gain of the microphone, I think, because if you're recording with the instrument, chances are you're going to be playing pretty loudly and you don't want any clipping to happen in your audio recordings. So the microphone compensates for that by turning down the gain a little bit so that it doesn't clip and that you still get pretty darn good sound. The last one is omnidirectional, which if you put the the prefix on omni means like everywhere. Omnidirectional means that this microphone will record in pretty much 360 degrees around this so that it does record in like a spherical area around it. So you do get that. Also, it comes with this nice little tripod that you see here. It is nice if you, seeing that this is a ball or a spherical shape, if you just set it on your desk, it most likely will roll somewhere. So the fact that it comes with a desk microphone is really handy if you just want to set it aside on your desk somewhere. This also has an adjustable angle here, if you can see that. So you can adjust it down, adjust it up if you so wish to do so if you're taller or shorter. This tripod also does extend a little bit. If you unscrew this part, it does go up and down just a little bit, not too much, but it's still kind of helpful in case you want that. Of course, these legs also fold down, so if you want to put it away for storage, that's quite all right. Now, you'll notice that this unscrews, and what you also notice is that this this mic mount, or it's not really a mount, but these threads that I have actually fit onto any normal mic stand. So if you have a mic stand or a boom mic stand, you can screw it onto that and use it right there. You're not obligated to use this tripod stand, even though I do use it a lot, considering that this just regularly sits on my desk. Aside from the great sound quality and the fact that it's pretty versatile and you can use it with a lot of different things, I think that pretty much wraps up what I have for the good things. Now, the bad things about this microphone, there aren't very many. I only have two written down on my little script. And the first one is that it's pretty darn quiet. And of course, if you guys don't know, the cardioid setting, that is the normal one that it records at for vocals, that kind of focuses it out towards front. It's supposed to record everything that's in front of it rather loudly, and then like try to diminish the volume of everything that's behind it. So whether or not that's true, I don't think so, because when I record this, I generally have to bump up the volume over 100% so that I can actually hear it. But if you're like me and you're on a Mac, you use iMovie, I just normally hit the normalized clip volume and then it brings it up to a pretty good sound volume. Granted that it does kind of jeopardize the quality of the audio by distorting it just a little bit, but not terribly too much. Also, this is kind of a bulky microphone. As you can see, it is a ball. It is a snowball, and ball being the key word there. Now, when I first got this, I was like, whoa, that's a pretty big microphone. It's like the size of my hand, and my hand's not really a small hand. Average size hand, it fits like just nicely in there. So this is a rather bulky microphone. It is not really portable. It's not portable like the Snowflake from Blue. If you want to go ahead and look at that, it's on their website as well. It's not as portable as a Snowflake. This is meant to be something that just kind of sits on your desk most of the time on this handy dandy little tripod stand that they included in it. But other than the fact that it's a little bit bulky for my taste and it records rather quietly and that you can't adjust the gain, that is all. Oh, I just thought something else. There's also not a zero latency monitoring output anywhere, so you can't just plug in a pair of headphones somewhere in here and then listen to it as you're recording yourself. So you can't hear yourself talk, unfortunately, which is something I kind of wanted to do. But if that doesn't bother you that much, then I guess that's not really negative, but that's something that I noticed that I really wanted, was a zero latency monitoring output that I could listen to, and also is bulky a little bit, and it is rather quiet when I record. So those are just like 3 really small disappointments, but if you are the person that like absolutely needs those, needs the opposite of what I just said, you need that zero latency monitoring, you want a smaller microphone, then this might not be the best for you. But that pretty much wraps up my review for the Blue Snowball USB condenser microphone. Again, this is a pretty darn good product. I would definitely recommend it to a friend. If I had to give it a scale out of 10, I would probably give it an 8.5, which is pretty darn high considering that my expectations for a lot of things are pretty high. So 8.5 out of 10, not a bad product at all, especially for the fact that I got it for around 55 to 60 bucks. So following this segment right here, you will find well, I will do a short segment of me talking into it. I will do a short segment of me playing guitar, 2 different short songs, and after that just using the omnidirectional. Each of these will indicate the different polar patterns that it records with, so you guys can actually hear something if you guys don't think that whatever Blue provided on their website was good enough. So stay tuned if you want to hear the small sample clips of the Blue Snowball in action. So this is just a quick little example clip of what you guys would hear and expect if you were to buy this microphone. Again, the Blue Snowball USB condenser microphone. I am speaking relatively clearly at normal speaking volume. I am talking about 1 foot away from the microphone, so hopefully there won't be too many pops. It won't be too loud, but this is on the first polar pattern, which is cardioid. Excuse me. This is normally used for talking, vocals, singing, podcasting, that sort of thing. So try to keep this sound in mind and compare it to what you just heard with my camera's built-in microphone. And now we will move on to the second polar pattern, which is for more acoustic or just instruments in general, which would be the second polar pattern. So this is the third and final polar pattern that I'll be using for this microphone. I haven't adjusted any volume settings or input recording settings, but you will notice that this one does sound a little bit louder. I will try to not bump up the volume anymore, so you guys will pretty much get the raw sound of what it sounds like. But this is the third polar pattern, which is omnidirectional. Generally, this is louder, but you do hear a lot more background noise. And if you guys are hearing a little bit of an echo, that's because I'm kind of facing a corner, so any sound that I say will bounce off the walls and then back into the back of the microphone. So I apologize for that, but this is what the omnidirectional setting sounds like, which is, again, the third polar pattern. So that pretty much wraps up my review for the Blue Snowball USB condenser microphone. Again, really great microphone. I would recommend this to a friend if they were to ask me for a microphone that offers really good sound for a pretty darn good price. Again, I want to thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, feel free to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.